We are on your side and answering the call. We do it every Tuesday, and today we're talking about fire safety. Of course, the extreme heat, dry conditions can be a bad combination. It can certainly lead to fires. Maybe it's your air conditioner, or maybe Labor Day grilling. Well, joining us today is Jeffrey Whitty, a fire prevention officer with the Shreveport Fire Department. Jeffrey, thanks a lot for being here today.
Pleasure to be here, thanks.
It is our pleasure. So Brian just kind of given us that forecast a couple of minutes ago. It is going to be hot, it is going to be dry, and one thing, we're starting to see more of those burn bans starting to pick up too. Now, right now, Shreveport doesn't have one, but does that mean that people should burn?
Not necessarily. You still need to exercise good judgment. So as you said, there's not any burn bans in effect currently in this immediate area, but the conditions still are hot, they still are dry. So you want to check with your local jurisdiction for any regulatory requirements, such as permitting. Example of that would be in Shreveport, you need a permit to conduct any outdoor burning activities. But even outside of that, you still should exercise good judgment with those dry conditions.
Now, Jeffrey, let's just say that somebody has one of those fire rings in their backyard and they've been cleaning things up and getting all those sticks and debris and it's piling up. Just because they have a fire ring doesn't necessarily also mean that that fire is going to stay where it should. Talk about that.
That's correct. So you can purchase anything like that for your backyard from any major retailer. However, you want to practice caution in terms of how much you put into the device. And then you don't want to have, you want to put something, what's called a spark arrestor, over the top of it. So those embers that do go up into the atmosphere are somewhat contained within that unit.
Okay. One thing that we see this time of year is how quickly these fires can spread. Now, just a hypothetical too, if somebody's burning something in the backyard, they see maybe those embers start to land and that fire start to spread. When is that time where they should call you guys as opposed to thinking, oh, I'm going to go get the hose out of the shed and hook it up and do this and do that? When do they have to call you guys?
Well, don't ever hesitate to call 911. If you look at a situation and it's getting out of your realm of being able to handle it, call 911. It's always easier for us to get there and not be needed than us to be needed and you delay in calling us and now the situation has gotten out of control. But certainly have a water supply available on the front end if you are conducting any burning operations. Like you said, a garden hose, bucket of water, something that's readily available.
Okay, good deal. And what are some of the calls that you guys are primarily seeing this type of year?
We have a lot of, in terms of emergency medical heat-related injuries. We've had several firefighters that have succumbed to heat exhaustion on fire scenes this summer. Wow. And so you just have to be mindful to hydrate. Do not do any outdoor work in peak heat conditions, mid to late afternoon. And we do see some fires, in homes from those dry conditions as well.
All right. Well, that's why we wanted to do this today, because we know it is dry, it is hot, and certainly the recipe too with folks grilling with the upcoming Labor Day. Well, Jeffrey, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today, and we certainly wish you and your firefighters the best out there, especially in these hot and dry conditions.
Thank you, Nate.
All righty. And if you have a question for our Answering the Call segment, well, you can email us to pressreleases@ktbs.com. Include a little portion of your question right there in the subject headline, and watch every Tuesday. We will get answers for you.